So today I get to talk to someone who I have worked with for well, we don't work together anymore, but we worked together for a couple years in the past. This is Jose. He is a graphic designer, and
since I was in junior high, because I always wanted, like, you know, my own designs on shirts. And I remember when I used to print out just pictures, random pictures, and I actually tried ironing them on my shirts.
Just a regular picture from the computer?
Yeah, it would be like cars. It would be like cars, or, you know, just stuff that I used to like.
We'll say you were on the younger side of middle school, like maybe 5th grade, let's say?
I'll say 5th grade.
Yeah, okay.
Like around there. And
that's really funny though.
Yeah, and I always had that on my mind. You know, I always wanted to do it, but I mean, obviously I wasn't working or anything, so I just kept dreaming about it. You know, picturing myself wearing my own designs until I, you know, finally, you know, as I was growing up, I got a job and all that. I started saving more money, and that's where my mind was at. You know, getting the equipment, getting the training. I actually started getting my own training by watching videos.
Okay.
You know,
YouTube University.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
what I do for everything. YouTube University.
I actually did that before I, you know, went out and purchased my own equipment.
Okay.
So, because, okay, well, you know, a lot of my old friends, they call me, you know, Funks or whatever. So,
DJ name
Funk
okay.
as well. I got my first turntables when I was in, when I was a freshman, I believe.
Okay.
I mean, I just had a passion for music. You know, I always
Any
wanted
particular genre, or
what's that?
Any particular type of music genre that you?
Honestly, I kind of like everything.
Was it old funk?
Yeah.
Funk house.
You know,
I mean.
yeah, all that. But I'm more into instrumentals. I actually like to listen to instrumentals.
You make beats.
You know, but I actually wanted to get into that, but I don't know. I kind of just, like I said, I wanted to get into designing, and that was like my passion. You know, so I kind of stopped music and I jumped onto designing. I had the opportunity, so I went for it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But back in the days, yeah, when I got my first turntables, I was actually just like mixing nonstop. You know, I would actually, I would miss school to like stay home and just like mess with my turntables, especially like
Luckily
the
you
first
graduated, so
yeah.
that didn't affect his grades. Kids, stay in school.
Exactly, stay in school.
I don't know if you wanted to touch on the Sketchbook Society. Like, I love what you guys are doing as far as the community that you're building with the Sketchbook Society and all the good, positive empowerment that you guys are doing with the shows you're putting on and things like that. So
yeah, so it's funny how I actually met everybody from Sketchbook Society, because my friend Nathan, you know, we known each other for the longest, and after you, that's
we'll shout
when
him
he
out.
invited me to meet, you know, his friends. I think he started introducing me to some of his artist friends when we had that event at the, I think it was in Oxnard. The Addiction brand had their.
At the Perfecting the Craft?
Yeah, it was in December. I remember it. And,
that was the first or second one I think they had.
That was the first one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah.
That was
actually,
a
good show too.
Yeah, and I actually had a, you know, my own setup there and all that. So
yeah, you know what? I didn't even know you were gonna be there, and I saw you there with your with our other coworker.
Yeah, oh yeah, right.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny.
I was actually excited.
Shout out! I got this tattoo at that show actually, because they had tattoo artists, they had all kinds of different mediums.
Oh,
that
yeah,
was really awesome.
No, I love editing, anything that has to do with, like I said, Illustrator, creating, designing.
What do you use for your movie editing?
For filming, I actually got the what is it, the DJI Spark,
okay.
which is one of the newest drones that's out.
Okay.
It's a small one, but you know, the quality is perfect, and I always wanted that, so that's what I use.
Awesome.
Like I said, I've been going now.
Just roll out of bed one day and think, okay, I'm gonna start reading because I want to be better at this. Like, it had to have started somewhere. Like, was there an experience that happened that you were like, damn, I'm at my last limb, I gotta find something to motivate me, something to get me where I want to be? Because I've had many moments like that, so I can just imagine that there might have been something that led you to that point.
All right, so let's be real. Honestly,
it's a safe space. Right now, only 64 or 65 people have access to this video, that are actual subscribers.
All right, like I said, let's be real about it. Like, you know, I used to drink, I used to smoke, I used to do drugs as well. But I got to a point that I knew that I was just wasting my time. You know, like before I even got my whole equipment, before I started illustrating and all of that, that's what I was doing. You know, right after work, you know, roll up that blunt, you know, spark it.
There's nothing
home.
wrong with that, but I get it. I get it.
No, I mean, of course not.
Yeah.
But like, I guess it was affecting me differently because when I wasn't focused, I mean, I just had like I had a bad attitude, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, everything bothered me, and I don't know why. I guess because I wasn't pursuing my dreams, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, because right after I started like, you know, pursuing my dreams, I started feeling more happy. So I started finding myself. You know what I mean? So, and that's when I began to read, and I actually started watching motivational videos on YouTube.
It kind of, you go down a rabbit hole. Like once you start doing things that make you happy and fulfill you, whether or not you're making money off of it, because I'm sure like we all start without making money. Like there's still events to this day that I don't really make money off of. Like the Health and Wellness Expo last year, I made no money. I lost money. But it's more important for what we're bringing and what you're getting to pull out of yourself, the experience, than money, you know? So I totally get it. Once you start actually enjoying what you're doing, your opportunities start opening up, new people, because I believe you're a person that believes this as well. You attract what you are.
I just wanted to say that, you know, everything that we go through is pretty much temporary, and that's how I see it. You know, whenever I go through something bad, there's a bad experience that's happening, I just, you know, remind myself that this is temporary. You know, we're gonna get through it. Whatever it is that you're going through you will get through it. Like I said, it's a life challenge, and you know, it's gonna make you or break you. You know what I mean? And make sure you just like, you know, keep that in mind. And I mean, one day, you know, we're all gonna die, as we know. But it's best just to live your life, you know, in the most happiest way that you can. That's, you know, that's
spreading that light, that love, I think is very, very important. So that got deep.
Right?
I'm like, I could cry.
We're off topic.
No, that's exactly what this is supposed to be. You know, it's part of that journey. But going back to like friends and family, like, do you feel like you have the support of your family for what you're trying to do? Because I know you have a full-time job and you're trying to balance and juggle your side hustle, which isn't a side hustle. That's your main focus, you know, and I get that. It's hard to balance it sometimes. So I kind of like to dive into like how you balance personal relationships with work and then your hustle, your craft, and still trying to find time for yourself to go do your hikes or do whatever that it is that you do for your mental clarity. Like, how do you do that? Because it's sometimes hard for people.
Yeah, it is. I just think that you have to know the difference between work and playtime. You know, when it's work, you know, you're at work, and obviously someone's paying you to, you know what I mean, to get the job done, or, you know, work your 8 hours or so. A lot of people, I feel like a lot of people mix, you know, whatever it is that you do on the side with your work, and then you just, you know, you're mixing things up and you get in trouble or so. So the way I do it is, you know, like I said, when it's work time, I just focus on work. You know, of course I get ideas or so, and on my
jot
breaks,
them down real quick.
Yeah,
or
real
something.
quick. You know, make a little note or so. But I never mix any of those as much as.
Just in case you're watching Jerry, he doesn't use work time for his
I
creativity.
don't. Wink. Have all my notebooks. All
But
my
see, you're
sketchbooks.
kind of lucky too, because you have a boss that kind of allows you to be creative in that sense. Because when I was working there, he wanted you to do the filming and the editing and music towards that, and I think that's awesome to kind of. So I get what you're saying. Keep it separate, but it's also really nice to have people that believe in you, and he knows that you're not going to be there forever. So
reading and you know, writing on journals, just reflecting, you know, about your day or so. Everything changes. You know, it helped me change because I would write how my day, you know, went, and so I started seeing all the negative things, all the good things. So I was like, you know what, I don't want to keep doing this. You know, I need to like scratch it off, and I need to change my attitude, or you know what I mean. So I started fixing myself little by little, and
that's awesome.
And it's crazy, and a lot of people, I don't know if a lot of people write, but I think it's a good idea for everybody to write. You know, write in the mornings, right before bed. You get to know yourself a lot more instead of just like, you know, taking crazy drugs and oh chef, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wish I did, but anyways.
Everyone does, yeah. Part of growing up too, I feel like finding yourself and finding what works for you in a positive way, as opposed to masking it with substances or whatever the case is. Yeah. That's really good advice to write. Like, I am a writer by trade. Like, I could write letters for days, you know, and I find myself able to communicate a lot better via writing. But I don't take that advice, and I should, because I should put the same effort into writing to other people, to myself. So you're right, we need to invest in ourselves and take that extra, 5 minutes in the morning that you write down. Do you write down like what your goals are for the day, or like what you're trying, like what do you write down? Like what are you
I write for about 15 minutes or so, and if I have a dream that, you know, I want to like kind of talk about whatever.
Martin Luther.
It's kind of weird, I guess.
No, but, it's true, yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, I just write it down, and it's almost like writing a story. You know, it's just something that you experience that, you know, on the outside world, I guess. You know what
subconscious.
I mean? Yeah. So, you know, that's what I do. I do read, like I said, in the mornings, and that has actually helped me change my attitude towards work, towards everything. You know, I learned to accept everything, and
because there's things you can't change, right? Yeah, I think that's really important.
You know, don't expect anything, but accept everything, accept life, and you know, you're gonna be happy, to be honest.
I like that. Yeah.
Spend a Saturday night or the whole weekend on yourself, invest in yourself, and you're gonna see some, you know, great changes and good changes as well.
That's a really positive note to leave this on, this conversation on. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about that we didn't get to?
Maybe on the next time, because I have
you're
so
good.
much.
Yeah,
you know
no,
what I mean?
you're good.
Yeah.
I'm so hungry.